Hi Aries, here's a general look at your solar chart for December 2013, and actually the Sun is in quite an expansive area as the month kicks off, but I don't think you'll really be up for it properly until Mercury gets in there from the 5th. So yeah, the energies are helping you to get out of the routine box. Maybe some of you will be taking a trip. And the vibrations are just more making you feel more enthusiastic, but probably after the 5th. Until the 5th, communications tend to be quite strategic, involved, confidential. There may be a lot going on inside of you. You're having to keep your cards close to your chest on something. If you're listening to this in November, that's where Mercury is going to be. And also your thinking could be focusing on the financial angle or to do with property. Or it can be, you know, just a small space, a venue, that kind of thing, but any kind of property. But you don't have overall control here, and that's part of why there might be a little bit of inner turmoil, whether it's about money, property, or in fact a relationship. And then from the 5th, your mind just, you become more outward in your gaze. You're not feeling introspective anymore, and you're focusing very much on the outer world, and your spirits rise, and you are thinking maybe about foreign connections, those at a distance. You may be actually somewhere which isn't your normal place, and being more aware of the potential that there is, more aware of the distant horizons, and this can be a great time to refresh your mental palette and think in fresh colours. Venus has begun its long transit of Capricorn, which is making a very strong angle to your sun sign, Aries. Excuse me. Going to be there until next March at the top of your solar chart, and that is traditionally the area of career, profession, the job, but also just your goals and ambitions and where you want to get to from here. So Venus will favorably underpin relationships with authority figures, bosses, parental figures, and they will tend, excuse me, to see you in a better light. And you could have more of a kind of a social relationship with people in a position to help you, and there's going to be probably an ally, possibly a female, or maybe it's just somebody that you feel quite close to, that you click with, can be invaluable to your success, or to facilitate you in some way with the achievement of whatever it is that you would like to achieve. Also, the other way around, you yourself could be seen as the one who is the friendly hand, you know, the one who enables and supports somebody else in their achievements, in their success as well. And for some of you, this could involve you more strongly in artistic interests, and you team up with another to help you develop along those sorts of lines, or simply help you to achieve the master plan. Now, your ruling planet until the 8th, Mars, continues in an area which is quite mundane and everyday, related to the to-do list, everyday chores, and maintenance, repairs, the kind of work really, but also health matters. And there can be a little bit of tension there sometimes, and also you know, you don't want to overdo it because Mars doesn't really sort of have an off switch. So we'll just watch your step out at work, or with co-workers, or service providers, or health care providers, and or anybody related to the employment, you know, the employment market. And if it's not like that for you, then just with everyday chores and tasks that you have to do. Mars tends to stir things up wherever he goes, so and gets you sort of doing everything too quickly. So just don't trip over your own shoelaces. Also, with any diet or exercise regime, do not overdo it. But overall, Mars here can help you to deliver the results that you can be proud of. And then from the 8th, Mars launches into this huge mega transit of Libra, your opposite sign. It's going to be there until next July. So this is very significant for you Arians. And during this exceptional transit of Mars, your personal and professional exchanges are likely to be, I don't think lively is an understatement at times, you know, very, very dynamic at times. Sometimes you'll be crossing swords with others, but you know, you like a good row every now and again. But because of the agenda of another, issue of another, behavior, just the way that other is, then there could be more physical demand upon you, and you will feel, because of them or because of the team that you're in with them maybe, that you've got to be more decisive and take action. The trouble is, when you're in a team, you do actually have to think about the other person and what their wishes are and what their capabilities are, and their schedules and their, you know, their capability and so on, or their skills, skill levels and the like. So you and someone could, you know, cover a lot of ground, be very productive together, but also you could elicit strong opinions in each other as well. And over this huge transit, this could pan out in many, many ways. So it might be more than one person that you're having this kind of gesture with. Once again, patience may be needed, as Mars here can make you handle somebody badly or leap in too quickly, throw caution to the winds. You know, I mean, actually Mars here can make somebody have a strong pull towards you. They can feel a strong pull towards you, but all equally you could have a strong pull towards somebody. So, like I say, maybe just try to rein back the Mars energy and mull things over before you leap in with you know, firing on all cylinders, and try to keep things on a moderate sort of basis. Don't dive in head first, which is something that you have been known to do. On the other hand, the Mars energy could be coming at you from them, and they might be handling you badly, and sparks could fly. So just be aware that the Mars energy here is kind of yeah, a bit sparky. But overall, cooperative interactions are favoured and can be beneficial as well. As long as both horses are pulling in the same direction. Now, especially look out for some impulsivity in your personal life, or in even an unexpected event in the wider world in the second half of December, from about the 20th onwards, when Mars is spinning over the degrees of Uranus and Pluto. And there'll be a restless energy, and definitely change will be in the air during that period, and there might be something which kind of takes you by surprise, makes you feel ambushed. But if you have been working on making creative improvements, creative change, then the potentially rasher effects of this transit will be kind of mitigated and transmuted into something desirable, as long as you bend with the wind. Because if you're rigid, you know, what happens to the tree that's rigid? It snaps. Or the branch that's rigid, it snaps. So yeah, potentially quite a volatile vibration, and if the unexpected does occur, just try to be flexible, take things in your stride, and be open to translating the message of whatever it's about, and seeing through maybe outer phenomena to the writing on the wall. Now, until next July, Jupiter is in your home area, which is a great transit of Jupiter. It will make you feel more steady inside emotionally, or rather it won't make you, but it'll help you to. And we always need to work with the energies, but also related to your place on the map. You could be getting access to somewhere that you prefer. This is a good time for property exchange, actually, or for renting, leasing, that kind of thing. also just extending and making additions to a space that you already have. And it could even work that there's more people coming through your space, and you're more the host, or indeed more the visitor into somebody else's. So if you have been feeling cramped or restless, then in general it is a good time for expanding your space, or getting getting out of that place, that locality, and starting afresh somewhere else. And you Arians born at 15 to 21 degrees of Aries rising, or from the 4th to the 10th of April, are likely to feel that energy the most this month. Saturn is in a long transit in an area to do with maybe breakdown of an old way of being, but also breakthrough. Maybe getting stuck in a rut that you don't want to be in, but not having the overall control. But then there is some kind of shift, and then resolution, and then healing. This is a very long transit, and so there will be various stages to it. The direct motion of Saturn means that, and that's been going on since July, means that the energy is picking up there now. And this area here will have you transitioning from one stretch of road to the next, and that can be related to your own self in your life, or your relationships, or a financial setup, or some kind of contract or agreement, finances, property, and just means that a decluttering, a clearing of the decks is necessary in order to move on into the next stage, financially, emotionally, physically, but it will be gradual, and you may have to live within the parameters of the old setup, and then, you know, start feeding through into what you prefer, start reaching out into what you prefer, but still keep a hold of the old setup for a while. And you will be transitioning and turning over a new leaf. And now you do have Uranus in your sign, Aries. You may or may not know that. And so radical change is very much the order of the day in your area of personal aims and ambitions. But also Pluto is working around about the same degrees as Uranus. So many of you will be feeling the boats being rocked in your area of your career, but also in your area of goals and ambitions. It is the time to be very flexible about professional matters and that more worldly side of your life, because the world is changing, and somehow or other, because you have Pluto there and Uranus in your sign, you are very much a key player with all of that in ways that I can't go into here. But you will be making sometimes unexpected leaps forwards, and sometimes you will be thinking, what the heck's going on? I never saw myself in this sort of situation before. But again, you know, bend like the reed, and don't be too stuck in the old way, and you should be okay. And that's it for December. If you know your rising sign or your moon sign, then listen to the forecast for those that may give you a more rounded version of what I've said here, or just add something or take something away. I don't think I gave you the degrees for Saturn, did I? You Arians born between the 5th and the 10th of April, or with 16 to 21 degrees rising, going to feel that energy the most this month. And also, if you want to know the degrees of Uranus, Pluto, Neptune, then that's updated every month on my website, which part of your sign that might be affecting. And I wish you a very happy time over the festive season. I hope you have lots of fun and let your hair down and don't work too hard. And I will be seeing you before the new year.